Hey everybody, back with a new episode of Babylon 5. Last episode I really enjoyed. Even though the commander was being set up, his teachings that he's getting from Kosh opened his eyes to let that Minbari clan not dishonor itself by what they chose to do to him. I think that's going to be important moving forward. Kosh really is giving him some new outlooks, and him giving that clan grace was beautiful to see. I really love the Veer Londo stuff. I think it's so important that Veer be by Londo's side going forward. We need all the help we can get to get Londo back in the right direction, and I think Veer could be a real big part of that. Also with him saying how he never felt like he got to stay and be wanted, and it was important for him to, I thought that was quite beautiful. And I don't know if I got last episode why Londo was so upset about the doll. It's because it wasn't anatomically correct. So ridiculous, but I'm glad they're not doing the merch anymore. That was kind of weird, but I really enjoyed the episode. And this next one is called "And Now for a Word." That sounds like "and now for a word from our sponsors," that kind of thing. So is it like a telecast or something? Not sure. But last episode I really thought like EarthGov was doing some shady shit to unseat the captain. But it was the Minbari clan, but I'm always like, what is Earth up to? And, the whole situation with the warrior caste being in charge. In the Grey Council, that's worrisome too. So I just never know where the next threat is coming from. But, yeah, let's get into it.
We interrupt our regular evening schedule to bring you the following special program. 36 hours on Babylon 5 with your host, Cynthia Talkman, reporting live from the ISN.
Y'all better be on y'all's P's and Q's.
Centauri vessel Malios, break off!
Not talk! Not talk!
What?
A terrible explosion. Conspiracy involving several of these individuals.
What?
Lies, deception, and the deaths of hundreds of people.
This is exactly the kind of behavior that endangers the very
Oh, we're having talking heads? Yes.
This place is dedicated to finding peaceful solutions to our problems.
What do you know about it?
For the Nam to carry their vendetta against our people into neutral territory like this.
Then the attack on your transport was completely unprovoked.
Of course.
He's lying.
Then can you tell us why your ship opened fire on the Centauri transport? So this has been a positive experience for you. You enjoy working with everyone?
Yes.
Careful.
It's a calm, pleasant environment.
I guess it's the old joke. You don't have to be crazy to work here, but it helps.
What a
I suppose
jokester.
there is a certain attraction to being out here on the edge like this.
Would you attribute these changes to bad management? Or to quote
That's a gotcha
former
question.
Senator Hiroshi, is this horse just too big for anybody to ride?
He hit in one of the airlocks. He must have hit the wrong button because the air doors slammed shut, space doors opened, and he just flew out into space.
That is dark.
You could see that he was trying to breathe, but there was nothing.
Stop! Keeping it way too real.
A lot of people make jokes about spacing somebody, about shoving somebody out an airlock.
Y'all just did a joke like that last episode.
I don't think it's funny.
That poor bear.
It was secretly transferring weapons of mass destruction to ships bound for the front lines where they were to be used in the war against our people. They have turned Babylon 5 into a weapons supply post.
This
We
is
cannot
pre
allow this to
9/11
continue.
too. Boy, this was prescient.
Even if it means shutting down Babylon 5.
At that time, the idea of a diplomatic station designed to keep anything like that from happening again was very appealing. Certainly, we've rebuilt our military forces to a point far in advance of where they were 14 years ago.
Yeah, they're like, let's do it again.
If
We
the
don't
Earth-Minbari
need
War started
diplomacy.
Today, I think things might have gone a little differently.
Get out of
Well, I'm
here.
not sure how much concrete benefit we really derive from Babylon 5 any longer.
We haven't anywhere near the level of technology we would need in the event of another major conflict.
Yeah, so slow your
Anybody
fucking
who
roll.
thinks that we could hold our own against the Minbari, the
We're
Centauri,
so
and
outmatched.
the Borlons is just plain kidding himself.
This place is under the watchful eye of its perky and energetic commander, Susan Ivanova.
We're all green down here.
What was over before I saw any action?
Now, Commander, I'm sure there's more to your story than that.
Yes.
And
I hope to get through this interview without getting myself fired. Every day, I get up and I hope nothing will happen. I'd love to be just bored out of my skull for 24 hours.
Garibaldi, we just got back the hazmat report. We've got a problem.
See what I mean?
not so boring.
It's something.
So far, we've spent most of our time here talking to the humans.
I'm having a great
but
time.
aliens make up roughly 42% of Babylon 5's population.
It's Ambassador Kosh over here!
Nancy, quick, the camera. Ambassador Kosh. Cynthia Torchman, ISN News. Can we ask you
Yeah.
Kosh? According to station records, you looked quite different a year ago.
I volunteered for this change.
Show her in the
I
movie.
hope that
She
it
looked
will
different
lead
then
to a better
too.
understanding between our peoples.
And now see a Minbari
Did she do that?
with a human face.
Oh, Delin. Oh, it's not your
We've
fault,
just been
sweetie.
informed that there's been a new development in the Narn attack.
Our ships have the right to carry any cargo they choose. We will not surrender
Does
our
it?
sovereign rights.
Sovereign rights of any race end when they threaten innocence.
They're doing what they always do.
Perhaps the transports return to Centauri space.
We
Yes.
cannot allow those ships to leave here with their weapons. They'll just
No,
turn
let 'em
right
go.
around and use them against us.
You're at war.
Intend to.
We've got a shooting war going on out here.
Oh my god. Oh my god. The approval ratings are just falling.
They've started targeting our ships.
Delta Squadron requesting permission to fire.
Ambassadors Londo and Jakar in the League. They're saying that if we open fire on their vessels, they'll consider it an act of war.
Oh, jeez.
It is lit. Close grid.
Look, we are fighting.
Got it. Box away. This is 7. Target splashed.
How close?
Tell Ambassadors Jakar and Londo I want to see them in chambers now.
Yeah.
Then you can throw them in the...
Honestly, say it.
and invite them again as firmly and as politely as you can. This nonsense has gone far enough.
My father served in a Centauri household during the last years of the rebellion. One day my father spilled a cup of hot jala on the mistress of the house and she had him killed.
For real?
The next morning I ran away and killed my first Centauri.
Why do you think they invaded?
Whoa.
Why does any advanced civilization seek to destroy a less advanced one?
We gave them technology centuries ahead of their own. Took them with us to the stars. Taught them laws. Civilized them. They repaid us with terror and death.
So you're saying that the Centauri
Boy, oh
originally
boy.
came to help the Narn?
Of course. And at considerable
All of the
expense, some
spin
that,
is
which is why
ridiculous.
we finally left. They were the ones who declared war, remember? Not us. We want only
And why did
peace.
they do that?
Things seem to have calmed down a bit.
Oh, great.
Jump point forming in Sector 7.
Crazy is practically on top of us.
Well, shit is live right now. This is the worst timing.
External monitors.
We are prepared to use deadly force, even against Babylon 5 itself.
You're ridiculous.
The galaxy's most important network.
This is some 36 hours, let me tell you.
We'll take care of it from here.
Mom, look, a psycho.
That's right, Johnny. You know, there are a lot of
Oh,
other
it's
kids who feel just
propaganda.
the same way you do. You're a latent telepath about to come into full bloom.
Get out of here.
Probably.
This message has been brought to you by the Ministry for Public Information and your local Psychor recruitment office.
What was that? What was that quick flash?
As we enter our 30th
Subliminal messaging.
the Centauri Narn crisis has not diminished.
My government has rejected your demand that we release your ships. We will not consider any demand made under terrorist threat. We have
Oh, yeah.
activated our defense grid and are prepared to defend all ships coming through here. If they send back a reply, don't acknowledge it.
Aye, Captain.
Let 'em.
sweat for a while.
I hope this works.
He's so good.
We can probably hold them off, but the repercussions.
Yeah, they're bluffing. If you see their weapons targeting us, open fire.
God, please don't come to this. Yay!
They want to talk.
Let's talk.
Open a channel. Let's be gracious about this.
Yeah, trying to hold it in.
Second jump point forming in sector 10.
Can't boast too hard. Oh, who is it now?
Babylon control to Narn cruiser. We do not, repeat, we do not require assistance. Do not interfere.
Stand down.
We have the situation under control.
Narn cruiser powering up weapon systems.
Oh, shit. Careful. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bring them in. Get them.
Like anyone else, they have good days and bad days.
And you caught all the bad ones.
Question that it is a flashpoint that can only grow hotter as time passes.
Violent attack by non-forces is an unacceptable response to a peaceful protest.
Peaceful. Get out of here.
With the intervention of Earth, perhaps we can keep them from making a similar mistake.
We're not on your side.
Humans share one unique quality. They build communities. If the Narns,
Is that unique?
Centauri, or any other race built a station like this, it would be used only by their own people.
I don't know. I think this is giving us too much credit.
They create communities out of diverse and sometimes hostile populations.
And we have to make people lift their eyes back to the horizon and see the line of ancestors behind us saying, make my life have meaning. We hope to create a better world for ourselves and our posterity.
I'm Cynthia Torkman, ISN News. Good night.
All right, well, at least he got the last word. It could have been worse. I adored that episode. That was so fun, even though things were pretty bad. I think everyone acted in the way they needed to. Well, I will not say everyone. Londo and Jakar are just... That's where it's got to start, you know? If we are going to create this peace that we're wanting to see in the world, it's got to start from within. Like if your ambassadors can't even get along, who are in very high positions, then what hope is there? But hopefully this airing will not make the favorability go any lower, although I would not be surprised. It was pretty bad there, but I don't know. Look, I feel like Sheridan can sell me on just about anything. He's such a great speaker, and motivationally, he makes you want to believe in the possibilities, the goodness that could come out of this. So hopefully people hold on to that. But that senator is just waiting for enough people to be against it where they could strike this down. It was just fun how they shot it, how it really felt like she was there on the scene catching this stuff. It gives the episode a different feel, but it really worked. It was just a delight. I love the hell out of this episode. It's definitely one of my favorites, just in the uniqueness of it, and how much it feel like it's satirical 100% to our world. But I really felt those real world connections to what they were doing here, and I thought that was expertly done. I think the whole concept of like the humans being like these great community builders, and I don't know if I would, be that optimistic about us and like the actual reality of everything. I would like to think that we could be that, but I would hope that kind of thing would be not exclusive to us, especially these races that have been around far longer than us. Hopefully they would be more evolved and advanced than we are, but this is further in our future anyway. Maybe we could get to that. But I thought this was just so good. Especially in an episode that's like super conceptual like this, to have like actual things that we've been dealing with this season with the war happening at the same time, where like it really felt like the stakes were pretty high. I thought that was so well done. And Sheridan just handled that. He called their bluffs when he needed to. He handled everything correctly, and he didn't come off as incompetent at all. Like, you have to see the reality of what's happening here, whose fault. Like, as much as Londo's trying to spin it as this is their peaceful process, like, come on. There was provocation there, even if that's not what he wants to call it. And the Narn are super sensitive right now to this. And I love Jakar talking about what happened with him. And I don't know if we've heard his backstory like that before. That was pretty affecting in the way that it really... Like, I know this thing has been going on with the Centauri and Narn for so long, but like recent history really paints, or at least the history that we got from Jakar really paints the Centauri in a bad light, in a like a supremacy type light. And Londo's, this is not a good look for you, man. Ivanova was so funny. She's only going to say what she wants to say. You ain't getting shit out of her. I really loved Garibaldi's pragmatism. That seemed very true to him. And at the end of the day, the approval rating is higher on the station than what they showed in that Chiron. It was what, like 59% favorable? I see the favorable versus the unfavorable. Really, there were, Jakar was really the only one who was like, nah. Dr. Franklin being deadly serious here. But, you know, everyone's personalities were like super heightened, which was a really fun part of this. And I just love how they did this, how they fit the narrative of the show into this episode that is so odd and not the norm. It still just, you know, it felt like where we're at in the story, but from this outside perspective that, I don't think the journalist was terrible. And I do think, you know, it's important for the people to see what's going on. You know, there were a couple of moments where she was, you know, trying to get something, evoke something. But, you know, I think what you see is what you get. It's not perfect, and it's not, you can't 100% say that this is going to work, but everyone's working toward it for the most part while a war is going on. And Sheridan just handled that beautifully. And unfortunately, there were casualties, but of no fault of Babylon 5. Like, Babylon 5 should still be looked at favorably. And bringing all these different races together has to be a positive thing. It has to be working toward a better life. That senator was killing me. Oh my God. It's like, well, maybe we don't want diplomacy anymore. We've upped our tech and whatever. But like, bro, you are so not even close. Y'all won the war, kind of. It's because the Minbari wanted you to. You really knew the truth. Just sit there. Ah, my goodness. I love this. Is so good. This is so fun. I would have never expected an episode like this, but I had a great time. I bet the rewatchability on this episode is gonna be great. Like, the background actors, everybody like acting like how people are around cameras, just trying to get seen. And there was just a level of like comedy here on top of like really serious stuff going on that just worked for me so well. I dug it so much. So this was just delightful. I enjoyed it so much. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back soon.